So a few years ago, I'm teaching principles of entrepreneurship at a community college, and there was a student in my class. Let's call him Jeremy. He was quiet. I mean, really quiet. All semester, he didn't say anything. He never raised his hand, never volunteered. He showed up, he took notes, and kept to himself. So the final project was a startup pitch. You had to build a business plan and present it to the class in 5 minutes or less, Shark Tank style. So I announced the assignment, and after class, Jeremy comes up to me and he says, "I'm not doing the final." And I said, "Well, it's the final. You kind of have to do it to pass the class." And he hesitated, and then I found out the real reason he didn't want to do the final. See, Jeremy had a very pronounced stutter. Not anxiety, not fear of public speaking, just a real significant barrier when it came to live communication. He wasn't trying to get out of the work, but the format was not something that he could work with and really knock it out of the park. So we compromised, and I said, "Well, what if you recorded a video instead?" And that's where we met. He lit up, and he said, "I can do that." So 2 weeks later, he shows up with a USB drive. He walks to the front of the class, plugs it in, hits play, and we all sit back. And the first thing I notice, he's super confident. He's talking clearly, there's music, transitions, it's a whole production. Now, it turns out that Jeremy was one of the top-ranked NBA 2K players in the country at the time. He had thousands of followers on YouTube and Twitter, and in his videos, he's talking strategy, streaming games, trash talking. You would never know he had a stutter because he edited it all out. The tech gave him a voice on his own terms, and he built the skill set as an editor. But here's where it gets better. His pitch? He was monetizing the YouTube channel by offering this service. Pay me, and I'll level your character up in NBA 2K. And so when demand outpaced his time, he scales up. He recruits this whole network of players overseas, a digital crew that farmed experience points and upgraded avatars for paying customers. He was running a real business. I mean, not a legit business, but he was making money. And I said, "Well, how many customers do you have? Are you actually doing this?" And he said, "Yeah, I've made like 6 or 7 grand this semester." And I was blown away. He turned what the world might label as a disability into a competitive advantage. He learned to edit. He learned how to build a community. He used the tech to bend the rules and find his voice. So now, whenever someone brings me an idea that seems a little out there, a little messy, a little rough, I think about him. Because maybe it's not meant for me to fully understand it right away. Maybe my job, maybe our job, isn't to judge the idea. Maybe it's just to believe in the person behind it. I want to thank Mr. Neil Ford for inspiring me to share some of these stories online. If you're not following him, you should do that right now. He is an amazing storyteller that shares stories that are relentlessly optimistic and positive. Thanks a lot, Neil.